Hey everyone, it's Alex. Thanks for clicking on this video, and in this one here, we're going to be discussing the brand new feature in Marvel Snap, the Auto Deck Builder. We're going to be diving deep into whether or not these decks can take an infinite, and yes, we are making a client infinite only using auto-generated decks. We're not changing any of the cards, and what's interesting about it is we're trying to investigate whether or not this new deck building feature, if it produces competitive results, if it does those results consistently, and if it ever completely whiffs and produces pure garbage. Because if you're a new player or a player who's trusting this new mode to give you a competitive deck and it completely whiffs and kind of derails you, then that's not a good thing at all. We don't want that. Then the data is obviously a disaster, right? We want to make sure it's producing good, consistent, competitive results. And finally, I want to take a look at what card choices it's making and if there's any choices that make no sense in the decks they're producing. So that's important. We want to consider how it's building the deck. So we did a whole bunch today, and I got a whole bunch of gameplay examples later that really showcase the ups and the downs of the deck building deck. So first of all, can it produce a deck that makes absolutely no sense? Can it produce a deck that's complete garbage, that's literally unplayable? Well, let's find out. Martyr? I don't know what a good Martyr deck is. Dig into your data and make me the best possible Martyr deck. Let's see it. Is this the #1 infinite Martyr deck? It is not. This is a Cerebro. What? Okay, so if you're in the comments section and you see what Cerebro this is, please let me know, because it might was this Cerebro 7 with the Iron Lad? I don't. This deck looks like a complete dumpster fire. This looks like literally a deck that makes no sense, that cannot work, that will not work. Cerebro Mystique, for what reason, I do not understand. So yes, I'm going to say that it can produce completely trash results, and this is an example of that, which is a little unfortunate to start the video, but we're doing the research, and this is what can happen. So it is important that you don't just take it as gospel. You do got to look into it, because it can produce this, which is pretty rough. We're deleting this garbage. So let's take a look at some of the other examples, okay? We ran a Jeff the Baby Land Shark deck here, and hey, guess what? This one, actually incredible. This deck nailed the control side. Now, in the meta, you do see Nightcrawler being subbed out on occasion for Nico, but overall, this deck is nearly dead on. It's perfect. I love it. You could definitely get to Infinite with this. You can win Infinity Conquest with it. In fact, I did win an Infinity Conquest with a deck very similar to this. So yeah, this deck, damn solid. Nothing wrong here. Very good. Very good auto result here. Then we tried an auto Black Knight deck, because I think Black Knight is going to be emerging as a definite decent option to be ranking up and being competitive in Conquest. And so this is what it generated. This hella Black Knight Dracula Ghost Rider deck. It's with Zabu, it's hey, let's get every possible winning condition and just throw it all into one deck. It was fun. It was interesting. I don't know if it's the most viable version of Black Knight. I think there's definitely going to be a better tuned version, but it was definitely a Black Knight deck, and it played well, and it was fun, and it did its thing. So that was a decent little result. This Stegron result actually gives a good example of why the minutia of how cards work together are so important, because Elsa no longer buffs something like a Spider-Man, which is really awkward. And so the result was that this deck didn't quite function like it was supposed to, because the Spider-Man doesn't resolve in the location, so it doesn't get the buff because of the way that Elsa functions. And so it just sucked. And you have the new arrow, but you have no closing. I don't know. The whole thing felt super awkward, and Steggy felt terrible. We wanted to experiment with Steggy because we wanted a Stegron deck because he was in the Spotlight Cache, and it just didn't work. It was kind of rough, but you can see it's the bones of the Silky Smooth style deck, but it just doesn't work with Elsa anymore. So it's kind of fake news here. And then we had this Auto Man-Thing deck, which notably does not have Luke Cage. So without Luke Cage, Man-Thing becomes extremely awkward to play. And so you really, really do need Luke Cage here. The deck actually isn't all that bad, but it felt super awkward to play. Man-Thing felt borderline unplayable. And we went 1-9 with it or something awful. This deck performed so terribly, and Luke Cage not being part of it was a major factor. So again, it almost got all the way there, but that small detail really affects the quality of the deck build. And even this Elsa, it built an Elsa deck. It tried to go towards the Kitty Pryde Angela. The deck just sucks. It's not bad. And this one has Luke Cage. For why, I'm not sure, but Luke Cage is in this one. But Elsa as a whole is terrible, and it's running Elsa with Mysterio, which Mysterio no longer works with Elsa because Elsa only buffs a single location. Now, naturally, Mysterio works with Bishop and Hitmonkey, but the Elsa Mysterio combo is completely dead. And so, yes, this one here has a couple cards that don't make sense, but like that's a big difference in a 12 card deck. So then I wanted to test it a little bit. I wanted to see if it would make me a Cerebro deck, and it did. It made me a good Cerebro deck that produced some of the best games we played all night. And I'm actually going to be leading with the gameplay example of the Cerebro deck. It was such a hype game. And so this deck is actually pretty damn good. It's actually a really strong Ravonna Renslayer Cerebro list. I actually like it a lot. So this one here, I might actually play more of, honestly. It's good. I don't know how much I would change. Maybe the Skillmonger could get removed, but it's still a pretty decent tech card. But this is what it gave us. Very functional, very good. Unlike the Martyr version, I guess. And here's a good example of like, okay, I want to show the High Evil one last. So I asked for a Silver Surfer deck. It gave me a Sebastian Shaw deck with Killmonger, Nova, Forge, Koye, Brute. This is a good deck. There's nothing wrong with this. This is a strong deck. It makes sense. The Chavez is a little interesting. I don't know about that, but still Chavez into Brood, Chavez into Docket, Chavez into Sebastian Shaw. It all technically makes sense. It all works, right? So, but it was this High Evil one. This High Evil one that really showcases why you have to be very critical when you're taking a look at these auto-generated decks, because like on the surface, this looks totally fine. This is like, hey, Alex, like I don't see why this deck is problematic. It looks absolutely good. What do you see wrong with this, right? What's wrong with this deck? Well, I'll tell you what's wrong with it. It's the Abomination. And you say, Alex, it's only one card. Why are you getting upset about one card? I'm not getting upset about one card, but the fact of the matter is, Abomination here should not be in this deck because you only have one activator for it, and that's Cyclops. It'll never get down low enough because it's just, you just have Cyclops. You don't have Scorpion. You don't have any of the other activators for that negative power. Even something like a Spider-Woman, it's just not there. So this isn't quite a debuff evolutionary deck. So why is this suboptimal? Because you'd really want to cut this Abomination out. And what you'd want to include instead is Leech. In just one card change, this deck is way better. This is a significantly better deck now because Leech is in it and not Abomination. So this is when I tell you that, like, okay, it produced a deck that worked. It would have functioned. You would have played it. You probably would have been like, I'm actually not getting much value out of Abomination, but you wouldn't have thought about it. But very critically, Leech takes this deck to the next level where you can confidently play it in things like Infinity Conquest. Like now this is a real deck, right? So what I'm trying to say is that it is producing good results generally, but it's much less consistent than I would have liked. Now it is also very new. More data is going to help it. I'm sure they're going to continue to reiterate on it and improve it, but it's very important, especially for the time being, that you do still keep a tab on like what's happening in the meta and what the best custom crafted decks look like in order to ensure that you are getting competitive and reliable results, okay? Because as of right now, we are seeing some inconsistency, and even just this High Evolutionary example, one card might not seem like a lot, but in a 12 card deck game, or you know what I meant to say, it makes a huge difference. Trust me, okay? So anyways, overall, the results, pretty damn good. The gameplay highlights are a lot of fun. I hope you do enjoy them. Hit the like button if you like to support my content. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. But you're definitely going to enjoy these gameplay highlights. Is it possible to win Infinity Conquest with Miss Marvel, Hawks and Rocks with Mystique? Hell yes. You can definitely win Infinity Conquest with Miss Marvel. In fact, one might suggest playing Miss Marvel to win Infinity Conquest, friend. What title do I have? Your breath is flammable. Stay back. They're going to love that. We do have Skillmonger as well, who would generate some space for us. So we can use Invisible Woman with something like a... you could throw down like a Shang-Chi here, so if they try to attack that location... yeah, I saw that coming. Bring back that squirrel. Glad I snapped into that. You take that, squirrel. You show him who's boss. I'm gonna do this. Yeah, we gotta play Cerebro Mystique onto Bar. Oh, damn.
Don't even. Opponent snapped.
They're snapping 8 on us here. Let's see what they do. We'll send. This is... can't be null. Alright. Ooh. We're gonna take him by surprise here. Oh my gosh, that Venom is about to get wrecked. Wow, look at this. Oh my gosh. What an absolute thing of beauty. What a thing of beauty, that game. That was one of the cleanest Cerebro games I've ever played. The Auto Black Knight deck. So proud. So proud to be playing this. Can't wait for it to troll me. Got Zabu in there. We got Hela, Ghost Rider, Dracula. This is like a deck of 6 identities. And look at me not drawing cards. Why would I ever want to draw a card? I think I actually just Jubilee here. Let's full send. But if we Blade, we get rid of Dracula, it's kind of sad. I'll drop the Drac. Well, I should have Jubileed. Do we always hit a rock or what? Bomb's not bad. They got Coulson. Coulson's actually kind of cool.
Snap.
We snap this. It's beautiful. What a thing of beauty here. We maintain initiative. Look at this. They're going to love seeing this 20 Ebony Blade that they can't do anything about. They're going to love it. Look at this. Oh, it's a thing of beauty. With an Atuma, no less. Do I need to play that there? I don't want Eliath to be a factor. Let's play it mid. Atuma's awkward though. What do they play here? Pro X. Wow, they tried to catch us. And then we have the Magento. Wow, I think we're going to win this. All right, let's do this. Rock left. Jubilee. See what happens. Allow Dracula to hit the Magneto. And they've left. Okay.
Victory.
Look at that. The Ebony Blade. Getting a win. Classic 420. Cannot be destroyed. Cannot have its power reduced. But an absolute beauty. But in this case, it looks like it's pretty good. So we're going to snap turn 1 here. This Auto Jeff deck, as we are discussing in chat, is pretty damn solid. And it looks like Nebula is going to enjoy this prison location, which I still don't know how to quite pronounce. Of course, our opponent is going to be playing Destroy with Killmonger, which is going to ruin my day. But let's assume and pray for the best. Okay, look at this Daredevil. I gotta get a better split here. I want to get like a good, nice crackle split, but that's a great variant. I like the variant a lot. Okay, oh, we got an auto-generated deck. You can tell because it's a very random Okoye split. It's like the one that keeps getting picked on mine as well. Oh, very unfortunate we're not actually able to play the Medusa here. So we're gonna wait. All right. Okay, we got the Miss Marvel. Miss Marvel, I think, is a great play here. We could also reach for the Lad. Lad has pretty much universally good hits, with the exception of Storm. I might throw Lad right. They Sebastian Shaw, Howard the Duck. Howard the Duck? What? Oh, let's go. Your boy saw that coming from a million miles away. I refuse. I'll wait all the way till January. I've waited this long, and I'll continue waiting. Are they going to pull? They are going to pull the werewolf. I will have initiative. Yeah, we just run the Alliath. There's something to be said about playing Doom. And Jeff, like, absolutely cannot touch that. But if they Surfer, it's +3, +2. Yeah, we just Alliath. Alright, yeah, we just Alliath here. Alliath, still dirty, still nasty. Still gets the dub. Easy 4 cubes. And as I said, this Auto Jeff deck, seriously, it's just good. This is probably the best one it gave us. This is an undeniably good lockdown deck. So, all right, we're against Danny Boy, who's on the toilet. All right, we do have our Cyclops and Magic here. We do get, okay, that's good. We get to destroy something in their deck. What do they destroy? It's our Hulk. That's a little sad. And their Forge is now dead. Not the end of the world. We can get rid of this. We stay wide here, it's fine. Okay, ooh, Nakia. Nakia Nova. You don't see that very often. Danny Boy's brewing. I respect it. I respect it a lot. Sometimes you gotta brew. You just gotta brew. Now, we don't have Shang-Chi. The problem that we have is that they definitely run Killmonger with this Nova, right? So we're going to want a Cosmo here to protect this, I think. No. I think it's too late for that. We don't have initiative. So this is a Surfer deck. They definitely, most certainly, have Killmonger. Which means we need to draw into our armor to protect here. I don't think we're going to get it. There's Sarah. Okay. So it's no armor for us. And I don't think Cyclops is going to get the value we're looking for. But we're going to skip here. It's unfortunate because this Nova gets destroyed, but let's just hope they don't top deck their Killmonger. Okay, they play a neat Maximus. Sebastian Shaw comes down.
Hello, hello.
I don't think they beat this. Because they add 6 here, which is fine. They add 4. They add 11. They actually still lose. They destroy this. They can only play 2 cards. They destroy this with Killmonger. Because they have to kill the Sunspot. We still win. And then we float to 2. We should trade here effectively. We never win right. Yeah, I'm not going to snap. We'll send, though. This is Killmonger. Yeah, Killmonger and Surfer. But I think the math on this is that they always lose. Yeah, they never beat us.
Hello, so happy.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's a straightforward win. Against a deck like this, again, so the auto deck builder really kind of did us wrong here with the Abomination. We've never been able to play it in all our testing. Leech would have destroyed this deck. So you can see how, like, in this example, you get a decent enough deck, but, like, it's literally 1 or 2 cards off enough that in matchups like this, you feel it. And we've never been able to play the Abomination, and Leech would have been a significantly better card. Okay, early Muir Island here, which means they're definitely playing Sebastian Shaw, and I cry in real life. Currently, we have not won a game with this deck in, like, I don't know, what, 7 games? We're 0-7 right now. So we're doing pretty good. We're doing pretty good. It's what you might expect. Classic Carnage gameplay here. I think we'll just Carnage here to get the +1. Alright, we got some Human Torch gameplay. I don't mind it. We also have Shadow King, which is interesting here. Shadow King is a good answer to this kind of deck. It's probably a Phoenix Force list. But either way, once we earn initiative, which we do not yet have because of the Forge mid, we should be able to kind of do some damage here. Kick this over. We really want to restrict how much space they have. We probably just play this. We don't need to Viper. Let's see if we can take initiative here. Okay, we're going to have initiative, and we can Shadow King them. But they're going to Phoenix Force, right? There's a Nihilist for turn 6. So here it's going to be Viper, Shadow King. We knock one of them over. We take this down to 3 power. They can still Phoenix Force, which is a factor. Oh! Disaster!
LUL.
Oh my gosh, complete disaster! We finally win a game with the Auto Man Thing deck. It only took us 8 games. We're 1-7, but we did it.